Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psych Investigator. Do it again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Psych Investigator. Hello, huh? Huh? Everybody, welcome to the Psych Investigator. I realize I may be not too loud. Someone left a message. No, I left a message. Wrote a comment saying that my voice is a bit soft. I try to increase the volume. What I do is I do have a microphone now, and I go in the computer to make sure it's louder than usual. But we'll see. I think everybody can listen now. All right. So it's Friday, 5 p.m. Happy Friday, everybody. Sending energy to everyone. Sending faith and hope and light. And yeah, what a time to be alive, huh? What a time to be alive. So so. Uh, So many things happening, so many things happening. And I just wanted to say also, a lot of people are commenting on the bunker under the east wing of the White House and the demolition because of Cherry Jacobus's video. I watched the video. She's just, the language, like I said, you guys, it is a scary time in some ways, right? That we're living through all of this, but she kind of scares people. She's like, be careful. They're going to stay forever. They're going to do. I would really take a grain of salt with that kind of language because I understand why she is doing it. She wants to alert everybody, but I don't. I've looked into this. I'm going to add the link below to the video if you haven't watched it because Jackie Kennedy came through and she saw that there will be blueprints and things will be rebuilt to the historical standards. So I'm not worried. Okay. And I don't think, also, I saw in the video, I don't think it's going to be rebuilt in time. Like Trump will be out by the time uh, anything like and it does make sense. I think it's going to be left, whatever destruction he does, it's going to be left, and then eventually he's going to have to leave, and that's that. I don't see it. I don't think we'll see the ballroom, whatever plan he had. Just wanted to put it out there, okay? But let's do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection. Beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head. As I breathe it, as I breathe in, I feel my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good and only the good, and so it is. So, this reminds me. I want to create like posters of this, and I've never made any merchandise. Maybe I will. So anyway, so just saying random things as usual. So let's go. Hey ho, let's go. I've already done the cards for these questions. So let's look at the lawsuit that Michael Wolff ha has against Melania Trump. Okay. So guys, something kind of interesting happened. So I was reading the article, animated and everything, and then I see that it wasn't, I hadn't pressed the recording button. But as I was stalking, I kept feeling Jeffrey Epstein coming. And I obviously did not I didn't invite him. I don't like it. Jeffrey, I told you, if you want me to talk, you need to have some respect. Sometimes he's interrupting me. You understand? I know you want my attention, but you need to start with respect or go to hell. Go back to where you belong. So no, really, he's making these like gestures, like pornographic. I'm serious. It's not acceptable, Jeffrey. I understand you want my attention because you want to talk. You want to share what you have. So just go with that. Okay. I know for you, decency is hard to come by. You don't really, you don't know you don't remember what it was like to be a decent person. That's why you're going to be burning hell for thousands of years, I guess. But, um, okay. And he's saying, interesting. He's saying, no, as I said before, talking to you in a way helps his quote unquote punishment. I don't want to use the word punishment, but it's like it lessens the time or something like that. Why is it, Jeffrey? That's what I was told. It's a form of tuning for my sins. That's beyond, I don't know what the word is. Is a sin, is something else more bigger than sin. Okay. So he's here. Interesting because as I was telling you guys, I was reading the article, right, explaining what Michael Wolff said. But let me tell you what Jeffrey, why Jeffrey's here. He wants to talk. I think it's fair to have him talk. So as I was reading the words of Michael Wolff in the lawsuit, I'm gonna do it again because, like I said, it didn't record. Jeffrey Epstein came through because he wants to talk, and one of the reasons why I think he wants to talk is because Michael Wolff has tons of interviews with Jeffrey Epstein. He recorded them. Do you remember this? He recorded the interviews. And so that's, that's like that's what happens. Okay. Like he talked to Michael Wolff, and that's why Michael Wolff feels so confident because Jeffrey Epstein, towards the end, he started to realize that he had to share that information because he knew his life was in danger. That's what I'm getting. So okay, so Jeffrey, please pause. Okay, I want peace because I want to read. I understand you get it. We're gonna talk, and that's fine. But first, let me read. Okay, so I'm gonna share, guys. I'm not even gonna pause because that's the mistake. And I go to find the link, and then I don't press it on again. I don't press the pause. I'm sorry, don't pause the replay. So, no, restart, whatever. You understand, right? Okay, so Melania Trump sued by Michael Wolff in response to First Lady's 1 billion defamation threats over Jeffrey Epstein's statements, turning the tables on the Trumps, said Giorno. So I don't want to read too much, right? Spend too much time. To be perfectly honest, I'd like nothing better than to get Donald Trump and Melania Trump under oath in front of a court reporter and actually find out all the details of their relationship with Epstein, Michael Wolff said today. Okay. And I see that background. Epstein's like, yeah, we have it. Go, go. Along with a lawsuit filed in New York State courts late on October 21st, that's the best-selling authors turning the tables on the Trumps' online response to a barbed letter from Melania Trump's lawyers last week about what the MAGA high priest and high priestess were and are up to with the now deceased Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, so while the October 15th missive from the First Lady threatened Wolff with a $1 billion suit over false, defamatory, disparaging, misleading, and inflammatory statements made about her in a podcast and Daily Beast article from the Fire and Fury author. While hype is always a good way to sell books, like the tentatively titled The Art of the Deal, The Untold Story of Melania Trump Redux, that Wolff is said to be working on, those statements supposedly include notions of Melania Trump's allegedly extensive role in the White House efforts to minimize pedophile and party Paul Epstein's relationship with Donald Trump and his third wife. So, so this is, guys, I think it's pretty clear right at this point. We know. So, he's doing it because he got this letter threatening him, and I think it's clear, right? They always do that to people. So let's get started. All right. So let's see here. You know what? Okay. Oh no, it's where it's the AI companion is here. Good. Okay, because it's going to summarize everything. So this is what he's doing. Now, I did a lot. It was very interesting. I did the card of this. So what's interesting, I think, about the cards is just that at least it gives me a starting point. Okay. So I am going to start here with the questions. I'm going to post the questions here first. I do think it's better to have the visions first. First, the cards add to it, but it's good. I don't know. I feel like visions are really pure, and not that the right, not that cards are not. Cards are really helpful, I think, for me, right? I know a lot of people think, oh, I like your visions better, but I think it just adds to the storytelling. Okay, really. So, so this is the first question. What is the outcome of the Wolff lawsuit against Melania? Melania Trump, actually. So it shows me an image of him sitting on a court. You know, when you see those trials and you have a person on the side, one of the sides, and he has piles and piles of information, and he's like, hmm. And then she's like, oh, okay. Because it's a tactic to it's a bullying tactic, and he does not back down. No, he does not. Actually, I see this guy sometimes around here. He lives in the same street that I used to live in. He lives on like for during COVID. He lives on 9th Street. So I shouldn't say that. It's okay. But it's a long street. Anyway, and it doesn't this information was public. It was in the New York Times. There were articles about it, and I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. So um anyway, he's like a normal person. He's a New Yorker, right? So don't mess with New Yorkers. So I see that they realize that he's not backing down. He has a lot of information, and he's saying the tide is changing, and it's changing because there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of thirst for information right now. So what is happening is that by suing him, they're bringing attention to themselves, and that's not good. So it feels like they want to settle this lawsuit. Will it go okay, even if I think, okay, is he going to? I feel like it's not going away, and I see this, they're going to try to do motions, oh, the Trump side and everything, this and that, but it may take many years, but I think it could go on. Although I don't think that Trump will be around anymore by the time it goes through, because there's so many thousands of lawsuits happening. Okay, even if it stopped some for now, it's not going away. And it makes sense. Remember, I said before, I feel like Melania could leave the country eventually because look at all the lawsuits if she survives this. Like, I think she will survive physically, but it doesn't make sense. Look at all the trouble she's going to be in. So, okay, so that's interesting. So, anyway, so that's the outcome. But let me show you. So, okay, so that's really interesting here that you see the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is he gets what he wants, right? Now, the Three of Swords. Oh, and I remember someone was like, okay, I'm sorry, guys. Someone. Oh, is that how it is? I don't think I know how to use. Is that right? Sorry, I need to. All right. So here is Nine of Cups, King of Wands. So King of Wands is the Mad King here, but he gets what he wants. It's interesting that this Three of Swords heartbreak over the marriage ordeal from far. Now here is so not so the here is I think of it linearly, like so Nine of Cups, the mice, and then vision. Stressed about the vision, but I think it's the illusion. This card could be also interpreted as illusion about something, right? Here, the Hoffnung, Wasser, visions, dreams, spirituality. It could be related to that. So the popping out of the bubble, essentially. And here is a deal related to something in the past, something far away. And here the crazy man, a long time in court. Okay. So so interesting. So there's a deal of some sort eventually, but it may take time. All right. So now, but the interesting part is the other. Let me show you. Um, I actually sometimes I'm like, I'm too heady, I ask too many questions. But I thought this was a really interesting one of the questions I asked was, how does Melania feel about this lawsuit? And okay, let's see. So let's see here. So we see here, Now, Six of Swords is someone trying to escape not trying to escape, trying to move on to something better, trying to move on with their life, going to calmer water, something like that. Here is a lot of money, and here is a letter. So she's trying to move on, and she's trying to maybe make some money from this. And then now Five of Pentacles, it could create poverty. So she's afraid that it could prevent her from moving on, create poverty for her. And here's meetings. Now, this card, Zusammenkunft, you have to remember, I always remember this, that's when these cards were designed in the 19th century, when men and women were never alone in a room. So this means not just a business meeting, but an actual like rendezvous or whatever, some sort of sexual encounter. And here is, so in other words, bad things could happen to her. She could lose money because this is hidden. So the cloud, right? These sexual encounters that could have been hidden or forgotten about, quote unquote, or made to be forgotten about. And it's interesting, you could even think of how Trump and his people, I think, made a big effort to hide all the information about her, right? So, and the other interesting thing here is the Six of Wands. This is a card of something being made public recognition. And this is like Kummer und Widerwärtigkeiten. Wieder is a go back, so regrets, right? Like really worried, oh my God, it's going to come out. And the card of Clover is an opportunity. So it's an opportunity for this to come out and everything could be reversed. Everything I worked so hard for, quote unquote, could be reversed. So she's worried. She's worried because it's saying it's not just that they want to make money, but that actually that change the text here, that it could expose everything they have worked hard to build. Okay. So all right. So the other, let's see here, the other interesting questions. This is what Wolff knows. No, not this one. Okay. What no Wolff knows about Melania that the public does not know. Okay, let's see here. That's right. What Wolff knows about Melania, the public does not know. You have the King of Swords. Now, interesting, King of Swords is something to me in this context related to truth and sometimes the law, right? So, oh, okay. Uh, okay. So then we have here this could be the courts, the law again, something legal information. And this is her, I think, Rotterdam. Is that the Rose or her? Okay, no, really about her. So there is legal information that could be shown about her. Now, Knight of Cups is an offer. This is also a card about like romantic offers. So you could kind of go as far as to say that this is a, an offering, some sort of like what's the word? Uh, like a, prostitution. There's a solicitation, right? Something like that. Here is treachery. So there's something treacherous here about an offer. And now the child, right? Oh, and I see Jeffrey. I forgot about him. And then he is laughing. Gross. So treacherous offers related to the child thing, right? And here is the sun, something coming out about the money. Now, this is a card, a lot of money. That is sad news. So he knows that if the information comes out about the money, it's sad news. And then I get actually Jeffrey here in the background saying that, yes, Rosa, we had a business together. Come on, come on. Okay, so this is that's really interesting. So okay, Jeffrey, I know you're such a creep. You're gross. You're burning hell, whatever the hell you are. I don't know. I don't. Why do you? No, it's saying no. I feel like he knows that I'm open. I guess. I don't know. I'm open, and that it's not. You get to the point. I know you talk a lot, but you know, you get to the point. You want to know the information. So, so okay. So Jeffrey, what do you have to say here? I understand you're hovering over me. It's kind of creepy. Just tell me what you want to know. Okay. So, what you? Okay, Jeffrey. Okay. So this is like a stone that removes negativity. Okay, so it's like, don't worry. I've been cleared up a bit so I can show up, in your world. So, okay, Jeff Epstein, what do you know about this? What do you know about Michael, what Michael Wolff has on her? I sat with him, I give him everything. He has everything. I told the whole story. He has documents, he has information. He's not lying. I told him, you should know this stuff because I kind of, I knew that he was like a guy that he wasn't judging me, so I felt comfortable telling him everything. So, oh yeah, he has information and he knows about the business that we ran together. She knew about it. They all knew about it. It wasn't a secret among them. And I'm being shown here somehow. That's right. Rosie, we had the business a quote that I saw before is that it was said something like Trump and I are intertwined, our personal lives, our business lives. And such. So, oh yeah, he knows all about the girls, he knows all about the guys, all about the men. And so what okay, so what can you tell us about Melania? What did you really introduce them? What's the story here? What is the story that Melania wants to keep hidden? Okay, I give her money. That's right. Paoli. Remember the Zampoli, I think. And this is I talked about it before, and I think it's public that he gave her the visa or he like signed up for her visa or something like that or gave his name or something like that, so he gave the visa. So that's right. And she helped with the new girls and she would meet them. She knows them really well. She would come to the parties and they met the girls and she explained to the girls what this was about. Wow, as he's showing me Melania talking to them, saying, you have to do things that are difficult, but it's worth the money. Your life improve later. Okay. And I feel like she has this, and I'm saying this without judgment, that she has this kind of like, it's a bit of a stereotype, like it's Eastern European, kind of like, like they're hard women, like kind of like tough. She's tough. It's about survival for her. And that's how she took it. That's how she lives her life. It's about survival. And that there's things you have to do to survive. I could be there back in the communist building. I'm no longer a communist building. I'm here, America, golden toilet, everything I want. It's like, yeah, Rosie, she's no angel. Remember, I understand there's a lot of women that do that, but at the end of the day, she's out there, putting immigrants in jails or whatever, deporting people, whatever. She's not exactly, pure, let's be real. So I want to, this hypocrisy is ridiculous. So, okay, so that's the story is that he paid okay, yeah, I did. I was the mastermind, yes, but that he paid the price so nobody else did. And it's time for the truth to come out. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. So what is going to be the outcome of this? Can you tell us? Oh, he's going to be fine. He's fine. He's done. I see that people are also that they don't want to hurt Michael Wolff because he has the information. He has people know that he has information. So that's that. But everything is going to come out. So at this point, there's no more genie in the bottle. Like it's like the genie's out of the bottle. Is that how you say it? Something like that. So there's nothing else they can do. And I did ask the question about him about is Wolf safe? So here is, let me show you. It was kind of interesting, you guys. So he's because Jeffrey mentions here. Okay, but let me show you the cards because oh wait, hold on. Is Jeffrey? Oh, I closed it. So that's right. It's Wolf, safe, not Jeffrey. Okay, so Oh, no, 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 no. So here, Nine of Wands is a card of a battle. It's a final battle, right? He's a little worried about, and he's worried about death, but it's not going to happen. It's just thinking. Now here we have, okay, hold on. The the world, White House, the child. So I think you say, but the Eight of Wands is a really good card. It's also going to mean travel. So gifts and organizations and a house. So I'm not worried. Really, I feel like this is just, I know people might be, oh my God, the coffin, but I don't think in this context, it's not, okay, there's nothing else. Look at all the other surrounding cards are really good. And so there's a four. I think it's fine because so many people have the information anyway. And I think everybody wants it from the GOP now to Putin. They all want the information to be out. So, okay, so absolutely, I don't worry about it. So this is it. So that's very interesting. All right. So anything else? That's it. I see that I think that it shows me before I go, Melania trying to rip the lawsuit and like even try to undo her own, right? No, 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 we don't mean it, but this is going to continue and it's going to add to the pressure. And ultimately things going to come out. So that's it. They can't really escape. All right. Okay. So thanks for watching and I'll talk to you later.